All right. Welcome to Ears to the Street. I am your host, Ace G. And as you can see, I'm really in the streets. You know what I'm saying? We're doing the Ears to the Street outside edition today. But as usual, we came to bring y'all the information every Thursday at 8 p.m. And I got none other than the Dr. Enqi himself. What's going on, Dr. Enqi?
Man, in the lab trying to, whip that thing up for July 10th, man. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, man. I was trying to make it, man. I ain't gonna be able to make it, man. But I'm definitely. I know you said you might do it for your Patreons. That's a second and first tier. You might view a little bit for them or something like that.
Yeah. We're working on. We're trying to figure it out. I want to just put the whole video, the whole event on the Patreon, but we'll see how it work out with the networks afterwards. We're trying to take it to the networks and see what we could do. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
see how the networks treat us first. I mean, the event is a part of the actual filming. So
Okay.
on July 10th, we're gonna have a screening. But that's not going to be the entirety because the event is going to be a part of the actual final
Okay.
final work.
Okay. Most definitely. Yeah, man. I know that's definitely gonna be where it's at, July 10th, and I know that you're gonna do your due diligence to get it in get into many people as they can. You know what I'm saying? Because it's definitely the trailer. I'm looking at the trailer. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, you had me rolling when you on the boat. When you dropped that clip, I was dying laughing, bro. When you was on the boat, and then you said, you niggas still buying sea moss from Amazon. Get the fuck out of here." You start hitting it on them, bro. Bro, I was dying, bro. That was a beautiful moment. I like this dude a fool. But let's talk about that. With the people, trying to get more health conscious, but just going to the wrong places or trying to take shortcuts. Just kind of break down to the people how you got to really dig it deep into this, and it ain't no shortcuts with this.
I'm the first person. I'm the first holistic healer to ever go into the ocean. So that by itself created a certain type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd be first to do a lot of stuff, and so it'd be weird because I'd be first to do a lot of things, and then when I say I'm first to do it, people be like, "Look, he arrogant." I'm like, "Huh?
Mm.
I'm not allowed to tell my own story." like if I go through something, if I do something and I discuss it, like that's my right. That's my life. You know what I'm saying? It's not an affront to other folks. Like people felt like I'm like, okay, well, why is he saying he's the first healer ever to go get his own moss? Because I am. What the fuck? Like that's like why would LeBron say he's the first player to hit 35,000, 10,000, 10,000? He is. That's why would Mike say I'm the only one to get 6 rings with no you know what I'm saying, with no game sevens? Like because he is. That's who he is.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if it's the facts, it's the facts, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
Um,
And so
you
that,
know,
it gave an advantage that when I got back, immediately I had to go into the lab in terms of revolutionizing what people was getting at home from their CMOS. That's why my gel is light years ahead of what people are even used to. CMOS
so,
gel, seriously designer. Like niggas be waiting online for it, like an iPhones, like an iPhone 27. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got to run the corner for iPhone. How the CMOS is.
you know what? definitely, I'm not asking to give up any, recipes or anything, but I see at one point that you were doing the gel, and then it got to a point where you were actually adding the vitamin D into the gel.
But
You
no,
know, how,
two different
oh,
gels, and I put them together. So I make one gel out of the Contras crispus, and then I make another gel out of lichen. And the lichen is it's a it's a hybrid fungi and algae, and so that has the vitamin D3. And then so sometimes people will see like the uh uh a yellowy kind of beige kind of color
mm-hmm.
swirled into the bluish green. You know what I'm saying, in the gel. Yeah, so it's a different type of, you know what I'm saying. So it's rich in vitamin D, rich in selenium, rich in zinc. Um, yeah, something totally different. I put 27 different herbs of Dr. Sabi's, and so it's like it's a real um, it's a budget saver because you're not getting a variety of 20. You're not getting a blend of 27 different Dr. Sabi anythings for $50 or $60 or $30 or even $100. You can forget about it. You know what I'm saying? So per jar, the value is just is crazy.
Hey man, I remember when you were you was just, you have been and still are, but at one point you had just, just turned it up on the sea moss, and I got me a pound of it. You know what I'm saying? So I remember, coming up.
Back right now. I'm back right now. I'm back right now, smashing them down with the prices, wholesale to the streets. I just don't
Yeah.
have time to be online, and I'm in the lab focused on July 10th. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
it's the season, so um, it's the season to have, to go out into the ocean to get your sea moss. So since it's so plentiful, I get to act a fool in the summertime, and you know what I'm saying, like really bring the freshest, most organic product to the people at the lowest possible price. You know what I'm saying? Which makes more people angry because it's a million middlemen that I'm stepping on. You know what I'm saying? Because they trying to run you down Conjures Crispus at 150 $200 a pound, something crazy. So by the time I done cut all these middlemen out, you know what I'm saying, and put it, you know,
Yeah. Yeah. You you you
it's
you Frank Lucas the game. You know what I'm saying, with the sea moss. With the blue magic. Definitely go get that blue magic. I've been whipping it up, and then mine came with a few of the capsules of the ocean steak. And I put that up in there and just mix it all up, man. It's been doing wonders for me, doing wonders. So that's one thing I want to get into is, the healing processes of the body. And one of the things I was reading in your article is the NRF2 system, or is it NFR2 system?
yes, NRF2 system.
NRF2 system. So this particular system is just like a network of what, white blood cells that are just constantly fighting off. No, break it down for me. You got to clean me up.
Well, so the NRF2 system is basically it's like a little shield and a little it's like an alarm system, really. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? And so you have like a sulfur based shield that's there to kind of protect the cells from, free radicals and invaders. And when that gets beat down, that NRF2 system creates an alarm so that the cell can put together all its enzymes and whatever defenses the cell has to fight off virus, bacteria, free radicals, whatever the case may be. So every cell, the NRF2 system is the actual defense. That's the actual immune system of the body, is the NRF2 system and how it speaks to the pigment system or the sensory system.
Okay, in this particular system, now this comes with um microphages and what is it phycogens? No.
No white blood cells is attached to the NRF2 system.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
so the NRF2 system is inside every cell. It's
Mm-hmm.
out there to protect the nucleus specifically, but the cell overall. The 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 white blood cells are totally different. That's more of sanitation, cleanup crew. Then you have the plasma cells, which make antibodies.
Mm.
And you got your T cells, which T cells just do their own thing.
Now T cells does that T stand for it coming from your thyroid
Thymus.
or your thymus? Okay, okay, and then the blood cells is come from your bone marrow or your bones,
The B cells.
the B cells.
The B cells. Well, all of the white blood cells really come from your bone marrow. But the T cells, they get trained in your thymus. That's where they get
Mhm.
educated. That's where they get taught. Um, the B cells is famous because we just coming through the pandemic, and so antibodies was the main conversation. Antibodies, antibodies, antibodies. It's B cells that make antibodies.
Okay, okay. So let me ask you this question: like, stem cells are basically cells that haven't gotten a command yet, correct? On what type of cell it's going to be.
Kinda, yeah. You can, I guess, sure.
Okay. So with healing the body, and we know it's a lot of stem cell research stuff going on, I can't speak, that deep on it. But is it possible to where, just so far as combating any illnesses, are these stem cells being used in a proper way? Are the doctors really using them for that? Or is it for selected a group of people that's getting these stem cells to fight these viruses? Could you just enlighten the people on it?
Well, that's a bunch of different questions.
I know, right? Like,
Well, the people who's benefiting from the stem cells, I wouldn't say it's a certain group of people as much as whoever can afford it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
that's what it really comes down to. Who can afford access to stem cell information?
Mm, okay.
Then who can afford access to actually implement what they done found out, whatever the case may be? Because the information, like, people get so used on YouTube to just consuming information for free, but that's usually bottom of the barrel, because accurate information has a value. You know what I'm saying? Like, life-changing information has a value. So my point in saying that is there's a lot of stuff that'll be floating around, but it won't be.
Right
So
there.
right. So just to have access to real time stem cell information related to whatever your illness or whatever you're dealing with is, that is expensive. You know what I'm saying? Especially because not only in those spaces, not only is it information, but you got to get certain tests done on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, because to make those conversations relevant, you have to see what your particular, and then some places in the body don't have stem cells per se. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different, it's a different game. But yeah, the people who have access to stem cell benefit, I would say, put it like that. that benefit will include information and application. You know what I'm saying? It's just people that can afford it. You know what I'm saying? Now, no, honestly, if you if you taking this health information, that's all stem cell information, because whether you talking about your own personal regeneration or epigenetics, what you're going to do for your seeds and your seeds, that's still through stem cells. You know what I'm saying? So there's a variety of different questions for stem cells. You know what I'm saying? Then there's a conversation of, people giving away their stem cells in the hospital, and having their stem cells maybe farmed, and them not being able to get any of the money. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a variety of conversations that have around stem cells.
Now, when it comes to childbirth, you hear, here and there how these you know, the medical field just automatically takes the placenta, and are those is what you consider stem cells? Yeah.
Hell, yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah, definitely. The placenta, the endometrial lining, the,
Mm,
um, I'm trying to find the right words to describe it. When we think of a woman's period every month, even women, so it's funny, but they just say blood. You know what I'm saying? But it's not. It's an inner layer of stem cells that's actually coming out because it's not being used. You know what I'm saying? So the placenta and the lining of the womb that comes out every month. You know what I'm saying? Those are two very, very rich places for stem cells.
okay. So, hypothetically speaking, well, not even hypothetically speaking, just, scenario speaking, is it possible for a woman to go into a hospital, have a baby, and just tell the doctors, like, no, I want my placenta?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So
definitely.
you think,
I mean, again, oh well, this is a different show. But when you come, the generation before you always takes the arrows. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? So, Sabi came and went to jail in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? So, that made it easier. You know what I'm saying? I had a bunch of babies, and I done raised hell everywhere I went. You know what I'm saying? So that made it easier. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part now, if you go somewhere and you're having a baby, um, you just need to be able to have whatever you need to have a secure receptacle.
mm,
You need to have something secure that you're gonna be able to put it in, because it
mm,
can it can be considered a biohazard, because it's flesh that's gonna start rotting. So it's not like they could just out of a plastic supermarket bag. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta have something
right.
that
Can't get the styrofoam cooler from Walmart.
right. You know what I'm saying, you gotta have something that you could show them that you're gonna seal that in, that you mean business. You know what I'm saying? Not like you just fucking around. So somebody might hear this off YouTube and think they playing around with it, and they go into the hospital and they on that kind of time. Like they like, oh yeah, well I got my cup. I can, like, nah, it ain't. They,
Right, right, right.
you're gonna have a different experience. Whereas somebody might go in there, okay, I want to keep my placenta. They order a little container, so when they get there and they say, no, we want to keep our placenta, and they show the container, it's a very easy, oh, okay, yeah, sure, no problem. Give us the container and we'll make sure we put the placenta in there for you, and we'll pack it up for you. We'll keep it in the freezer so you're ready to go. You have one
Okay.
experience versus another couple. They may go in there and try to do the same thing, and they come out and say, oh, that was fake. Enqi told us, and that thing didn't even work. I tried to get my placenta. how did you look in there? You know what I'm saying? Was you in there looking like you researched a placenta and you came in there with a, ready to, or you look like you just heard something online and you belligerent with it. You know what I'm saying? Like all those things, you know, because a lot of times when I say stuff, people take it and go like, you know what I'm saying? So how you present yourself with this information is very important. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to always research it so that way you prepared. You know what I'm saying? Because some people might just listen and not they get to the time and like, and you messed up because they like, no, we can't give you a placenta. The hospital can get sued if we give you a placenta, motherfucker. Like we can't just put a placenta in your back pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? And if you wait to that moment, they might not, what I'm saying, work with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had a hospital work with me and was like, listen, if you want to leave and we could hold off and you could go get you a container and come back. You know what I'm saying? But I've also had hospitals where they was real reluctant to work, to do any. So it was like, if I wasn't ready with everything, bing, 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 they would have used that as a way to, you know what I'm saying? So you just got to be prepared and.
Okay. We have one question, and I'm gonna answer it, and then I'm gonna let you answer it, Enqi. Is it better to take the sea moss pills from natural store than to not take any at all? My answer would be is to sign up to Dr. Enqi's Patreon, and all your answers would be on there. So far, I buy my sea moss. I buy my sea moss from Dr. Enqi and one other person that Dr. Enqi knows personally. So that's who I shot with. But that would be my recommendation. Anything you want to add to that, Dr. Enqi?
Sea moss is not sea moss. So figure out, the first thing I would say is figure out what it is you're trying to do with your sea moss. A lot of people just taking sea moss because it's getting trendy and people hearing about it. So it's like, oh, I'm taking sea moss. And so sea moss is becoming like a legendary superhero that, you know what I'm saying? Like, so first things first is figure out what it is you're trying to get from your sea moss or whatever the case may be. Then once you figure out why you're trying to use out, sea moss or whatever, then you can figure out which sea moss you should be getting. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some that is better for weight loss. You know what I'm saying? There's some that's better for thickening, putting size on you. There's some that's better for your bones, some that's better for your blood. You know what I'm saying? So Chondrus crispus is the one that I specifically specialize in. Like that's the main one for my purposes, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah. So it's different, you know what I'm saying? I would suggest getting the gel. That's what I would suggest, getting that Blue Magic Sea Moss gel from DrEnqi.com. But if you saying if the question is if you can't get mines, is it good to just take it from the corner store? I don't. You know what? 3 or 4 years ago, I would have probably said yeah. But I found out too much about, I found out too much crazy stuff going on in the CMOS game to just say yeah like that. You know what I'm saying? But so I'll say it's definitely a zillion other nutritious sea mosses besides the one that I sell. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what your neighborhood store got in there, so I don't want to tell you yeah, and then they hitting you with the
Yeah. So to the
folks
young lady who asked
fake.
that question.
No, it's folks out there with fake moss and all kinds of stuff out there. So
Right, yeah. So to the young lady that asked that question, definitely check out Enqi's website, drenqi.com. He has
but no. Before then, I would just say to figure out what it is she's trying to do with her body.
Okay.
And then that'll give you an idea like, okay, so are you trying to do like some you know, some guso or some, you know,
So
that's
if she was, if the young lady was to, you know, want to get your gel,
she can
what
go
would that be more geared for?
she can go to drenqi.com. Well, that's going to be more geared for your pigment system and your bones, your
Okay.
pigment system and your pigment system and your bones. You know what I'm saying? Because that's pretty much the basis of your everything else in your body. You know what I'm saying? It's either coming from your pigment system or starting with your bones, one or the other. So that's where we focused, to try to give parents as much bang for the buck in terms of having 27 different Dr. Sabi herbs, the vitamin D, like having all of that in one formula during the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? So whereas people will be spending $1,000 to try to get all Dr. Sabi herbs and all that in one place, you know what I'm saying? Where now it's just boom.
Okay. Well, you know, basically I think he kind of answered the question to the sister because she just did say she wants it for energy, the vitamins and nutrients that the body needs. So by him just saying that, it kind of helps with the pigment system and the bones, and he pretty much, what I took from it is kind of like the foundation of everything else. Then that probably be what you want to go with. So far as how long it usually take for a product to arrive, um, you know, if you want to answer that, Enqi, that's up to you. If you want to answer that one, if he was to order with you, he just wants to know about how long the product would take to arrive.
5 to 10 business days standard, unless we have some delays. It might take a little bit longer.
Okay, so there you have it with that. So let's get into like some, you know, we you know, diabetes is you know, personally, man, my auntie passed away from diabetes. Um, you know, I don't know if I'm pre-diabetic at this time. At one point in time I was pre-diabetic though. So, and like you say, you know, this diabetes is just ravishing our community. Um, what are some of the first steps? You know, I know you do the 40-day fruit challenge. But let's say like someone is just seeing you today, they got diabetes. What would be like the first? Go ahead.
The same thing for the 40-day fast that we on right now. Vitamin D and vitamin K, 60
Mhm.
and 60, 13 and 7. Like these are the basic morning light. These are the basic. This is the reason why I'm doing this 40 days like this. You know what I'm saying? Just stressing these four, because if each person could keep this in their mind, just memorize it, and then each person can start
Mhm.
in these basic 4 tenets to everybody else.
Mm.
Each person just teach these 4 things, it's gonna drastically change. And then when the lecture drop July 10th, it's so much
Right.
information that woo.
There we go. There we go. For the 5 or 6 people that we have in here, you know, make sure y'all is checking in with Dr. Enqi on his Patreon. You know, I can't express it enough. You know, I'm signed up. The information is abundant. So if you want to take your health into your own hands, you know, he's definitely the one of the best guides to have. So, you know, make sure y'all check him out after this video and, you know, get signed up. Unfortunately, it's about to pour down out here. And, you know, I have to end this early. We usually go an hour, but it's starting to rain right now. So, you know, we're gonna end it early. Is there anything you want to say to the people, Dr. Enqi? But we will be back next Thursday for the full hour. So I apologize for the half an hour that we're gonna cut it short by.
And listen, we'll see them next week, same
All right.
bat time. Or matter of fact, tune into the Patreon. It's right there. Jump on the Patreon, patreon.com/Dr. Enqi. We up out of here. Peace, peace, peace to the God HG.
All right, salute. All right, y'all. There you have it. You know, ears to the street. Thank y'all for tuning on, logging on. I appreciate all the support. Um, you know, always take your health serious. You know, definitely hit that like and subscribe button, and just keep tuning and rocking with Ears to the Street. We're gonna bring more Enqi on every Thursday at 8 p.m. We're doing it every week, so you're gonna definitely get your health information along with a lot of other information. So I'm out. It's about to pour down rain, and we officially did Ears to the Streets outside in the streets. So that's what's up, man. I love y'all and peace. Salute.